What's going on, YouTube? My name is Kias, and today I'm excited because we are starting a brand new series in Madden 26. We created our own team on the team builder, and we just had it imported. All right, as you can see the name right there, we will be the Crusaders from New Eden. We will be replacing the Saints. We are from Wyoming, so we're taking the team from Louisiana, moving them all the way to the top of the country. We're going to see what we can do. It doesn't make any sense that we're in the NFC South, but maybe I can fix that later. I don't really know. They're just who I picked because it seemed to be the team that will be least missed once we do our fantasy draft. That leads me into my next point. We are going to do a fantasy draft, and this is our logo reveal. I wanted to make it as close to the NFL logos as I possibly could, and this is what we came up with. However, we do have a second logo that is going to be our midfield logo on our home stadium. So we'll check that out. Now, with the start of a new season and a new series, we will have to create a new coach. And I think we should go a little out of the box here. Let's try something different. Our coach is finally done, and Coach Cameron Baker is here, and he's here to stay, and he's here to play. We'll be using the Packers' offensive and defensive playbooks when it comes to this season. I might change that up depending on how much I learn playing this game because I'm still a newbie for the most part. I don't know the ins and outs, especially with all the stuff that they've added. So let's go ahead and hop into this. We'll have full control over the team settings. Nothing is going to be changed right here. Wear and tear is the only thing that I'm going to take off because it's so annoying that I don't even get it. Everything else in that will stay the same, except our starting point will be the fantasy draft. So let's go ahead and pick the best team possible. But the kicker is I'm going to let the computer pick my team. I'm not going to pick them at all. So let's see what we get. Start drafting. All right. And here we go. Our first official series of our own team. We start with a fantasy draft, episode 1. I am going to skip ahead in the draft and advance to the end. Not that I feel like I can pick a better team than the computer because they probably can, but I think it'd be more fair of just letting the computers decipher the teams and then we just start new and fresh. So I'm excited. I hope you are. If you're still here, drop a like, comment, and even subscribe because I'm new. I need all the ones I can get. Thank you. Coach, a big reason you were hired was your ability to develop talent and get the most out of players. What area will you focus on first? I'm going to say finding scheme fits because the rest doesn't make sense until I know who's going to stay with us and who's not after this first year. So finding the right players for the system. We have talented players, but talent only gets you so far sometimes. Finding the right ones will be the key. We have an ability unlock fit finder. Shifting to on the field, which side of the ball will your identity shine through most? I would probably say the offense because I am terrible at defense. The heart of your team lives in the trenches, and you can guarantee that we're going to be strong up front. Interior dominating ability unlocked. And lastly, coach, what will give you an advantage over other coaches in this league? I'm going to say scouting prospects because from here on out, we will have to be getting gems from these drafts. We will have to be making our trades make sense. We have to build the best team for the least amount of money. And it's going to take a long time, but I'm here for it. Thanks, everyone. I'm really excited for this year and go Crusaders. Welcome to the Crusaders. You've earned 5,000 XP. So this might not make a lot of sense to the two people that watch this, but I'm going to start at the regular season just because, like I said multiple times already, I don't know who's going to be with us at the end of this first year. So instead of starting in the preseason, we're just going to go ahead and jump into the regular season and start knocking these games out. Our first game ever as the new Eden Crusaders in the NFL in Wyoming, by the way. I don't know if I ever said that. We will be playing the Arizona Cardinals. They have a better overall on offense, defense, and just overall, as you can see. So we have our work cut out for us. But before we do that, we're going to choose our draft class. Now, I always keep the auto-generated rookies. It just makes it more fun to me. It just makes it, you got to pick and choose. You got to find the gems. And we have to think about a couple of things. I have to think about what position we are trying to target the most, something that we can maybe pick up later in the rounds. We have to be really on point when it comes to drafting because this is how we're going to build our team the best, the fastest. Because with a player development, a coach, this will be the place to be for players that want to be developed into the best that they can be. This is what I should have looked at first. This is the salary for our team. Everybody's salaries, everybody's length in their contract. I can see the CD Lamb. I'll give him the money. Well, I like that contract for the most part. The part that I don't like about these computers picking my team, they have us Von Miller on a 5-year contract at 36 years old. He will be 41 by the time this contract is over. He's only at 83 right now, so he's not even great. So the plan with him is I'll probably keep him this year, but I'm going to probably give him the boot next year. Don't let him know. But up next, Kirby Joseph. This is a great contract. We'll keep our defense strong for at least the next 4 years. And for the next 4 years, we will have a developing left tackle because he's only 26, so he'll be 30 by the time our contract's over. We'll see where we are at the end of that. Next, we have Deshaun Elliott on a 4-year contract. He is going to get 16 million total. This is a contract that I love too. He's only 28. He's not the best, but he's still somebody who's really good and a key to our defense. Wyatt Teller is 30 years old on a 4-year contract. It's not an expensive contract, but he's only regressing now. So we're going to have to definitely look to upgrade our right guard or the right side of our line in general. We have a lot of older people on 4-year contracts, as well as Smith, our starting tight end, who's 30, has a 4-year contract at 80 overall. See, this is the part that doesn't make sense. Our backup quarterback, Joe Flacco, at 40 years old, is on a 4-year contract. What is going on? However, we do have a great young cornerback when it comes to Nate Wiggins for 3 more years. He's at 81 overall, so he's only going to get better, as well as Tremaine Edmonds at the linebacker spot. We don't have to worry about a linebacker for the next 3 years, it looks like, because he is going to hold that down. Stevenson is only 25. He's only 75 overall. However, we have him for 3 more years. Tyler Davis is someone that we're going to definitely want to try and upgrade the most that we can. Definitely try and get him a dev upgrade because he's only 24. He's a 72 overall, which is we're going to see, but we've got 3 years to see. And we're going to try and push him as hard as we can. We've got Jared Verse on a 2-year contract. Hopefully, we'll be able to re-sign him when it comes because he is a very, very good player. We've got Isaiah on a 2-year contract as well as Quentin Johnson on a 2-year contract as well. Now, this is where I really want to pay attention to the people on our 1-year deal. Like Deron Payne, our starting defensive tackle at 28 years old, he's only here for 1 year. And we will have to fill that spot very quickly. And then as well as we do have the rookie Gray Zabel on a 1-year contract, our left guard. So we can either re-sign him if he wants to stay, or we'll have to look for that as well. Here was the other one. Michael Penix Jr., our starting quarterback, is only on a 1-year deal. He's a 75 overall, so we'll see how this season turns out. We'll see if we want to extend his contract or if he even wants to be here. We might not know. However, our cap space is at 107 million, so we are in a very good position to add some new additions when it comes time and hopefully sign some longer contracts so we can build the team that we're trying to build. This is what I mean when I say I hate injuries in this game because our starting strong safety, Deshaun, is gone for half the season already with a dislocated ankle after the preseason, or he got injured last practice. So these are the scouts that I ended up with. We are going to go heavy on our cornerback and wide receiver while trying to get a quarterback in this draft. And then we're going to switch to a defensive, offensive line, and defensive tackle. I'm trying to get a little bit of everything, including those abilities. This should take us over the top when it comes to our draft day to give us just that better of an edge. But first, let's check out the uniforms. So this is our home uniform. We've got the black with the chromed out red and silver. Our away uniforms, we went with the white chrome accents with the purple and the red on the face mask. But my all-time favorites, the Redemption Reds. Yes, sir. We've got the chrome everywhere Redemption Reds. These are absolutely my favorite. They came out great. Right now, I have made a major decision when it comes to this series, and I made it just now. So I do not think I will be playing every single game when it comes to this series. All right. We will be simulating a lot of the games. Now, if it comes time to a playoff game or some very important game, I will play on the off chance. Maybe I just want to play I will play a game, but we will be simulating a lot because this is going to be a long, long dynasty. We'll be focusing more on drafting players, acquiring other players, and trying to make the best overall team over the next coming decades, maybe 10 to 20 years. So, like I said, we will not be playing every single game. If you do want to see a series like that, check out my Jets rebuild. We play every single game over there, regardless of what's happening. But on here, we will be simulating a lot, like I said. Now, if this blows up and gets an overwhelming response of no, play every single game, then I will play every single game. We won the game. We won our very first game as an NFL team at the Garden and in general. So we had, it looks like 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. We didn't fumble. We got 5 sacks last game. We already have our first ability unlocked, field general and offensive ability when it comes to our quarterback. Let's hop in here and upgrade the players. Isaiah Pacheco, what does he need? Dang, his receiving is terrible. So we're going to upgrade that. Give him a boost to his receiving. +1 awareness, +2 catch in traffic. So in our very first game, Michael Penix Jr. went 16 for 38, so under 50% completion ratings. He did have 191, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Isaiah Pacheco had 19 rushes for 74 yards. He did have 2 tutties on the day. Let's check out our rushing, where CeeDee Lamb had 5 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown. Jack Besh on his first ever NFL game, 3 receptions for 45 yards and a tutty. Other than that, we had Jalen Lane, 2 for 44. Johnson, 4 for 36. Janu, 2 for 12. Now, I did want to check out the defense because if you saw, we had 5 sacks. So, Von Miller with 2 sacks in our very first game, as well as Shaq Thompson with 1, Deron Payne with 1, Jared Verse with 1. So, our defense putting in that work early on our first ever game, 5 total sacks. So when it comes to upgrading players, we would see the screen way too much if I upgraded players every time it prompted me to. So instead, we will be upgrading players right at the midway point of the season and during the offseason. We've got everything taken care of, so let's go ahead and simulate this next week. It looks like we won our second game in a row. We gained over 100 passing yards, passed for 3 touchdowns. And again, we had 4 sacks this game and 2 interceptions. Let's hop into the stats. So we mastered our defensive coordinator's 3-4 play sheet, getting those 2 interceptions this game. We have no new unlocks. We got the win 27-7 against the 49ers. Michael went 15 for 21, so a much, much better completion rating. He threw for 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Isaiah Pacheco had 23 rushing yards for 117 yards. No touchdowns, however. CeeDee Lamb led the Crusaders again, 4 receptions for 41 yards, no touchdowns. Jonnu Smith, 5 for 40 and a touchdown. And Quentin Johnson, 3 for 28 and also a touchdown. And then Troy Harrison, our fullback, had 1 reception for 1 yard for 1 touchdown. Defense, Von Miller almost had 2 sacks again. He had 1.5 sacks, as well as Deron Payne had 1 sack again, and Shaq Thompson with another one. Shaq also with an interception, as well as Kirby Joseph with another. This is the part that still frustrates me so much. I'm going to be honest, I turned the injury to like 10 out of 100, and we're still getting injured. And it's always the people that I really, really need. A fractured foot, 3 weeks, he will return. The next 3 weeks are going to be hard, missing your left tackle. It seems that the Crusaders are on a roll. We won our 3rd game in a row, 2nd game over 100 rushing yards. It looks like we win that one 20-14. Penix went 17 for 34, so 50% completion rating for 234 yards and only 1 touchdown. Isaiah went 19 for 106 and 2 touchdowns, so 2nd week in a row, he is over 100 yards. CeeDee led the Crusaders with 8 receptions, 106 yards and a touchdown. Quentin Johnson following it up with 6 receptions for 86 yards. And then our tight end, 2 for 39, as well as Isaiah, 1 for 3. This game, Travis Jones had 1 sack, and we also did have 1 interception that Ryan Neal got. Let's check out this receiver breakout. Quentin Johnson, our breakout wide receiver. Keep targeting me and you won't be disappointed. Oh, we're not going to be disappointed. Now that we're 3-0, we are playing the Buffalo Bills that are also 3-0. From here, I do think we will simulate to the midseason just because we're 3-0. I did not expect it to go this way. Now we're going to see how well we are doing at the midway point. After that simulation to the midway point, we did unlock a game day slot. Your new Eden Crusaders are 6-1. This is not how I thought the beginning of this series would start. We are off to one of the hottest starts. Can we win a Super Bowl in our first year as the new team in the NFL? I don't know. We'll have to see. First, let's hop into the storylines. Film room prep. Set up your strategy for this key matchup. Critical game this week. What are you seeing in the film? Do you agree on gambling to forcing the QB to turn it over? I agree. Let's have their quarterback turn it over as many times as possible. I need our defense to be the best that it can be. We need Kirby Joseph to get one interception this week. All right. It's doable. He's done it. Let's see if we can do it again. Now, like I said, we will only be upgrading players at the halfway point of the season and during the offseason. So it is that time. Let's hop in and upgrade some players. We're going to start with CD Lamb, and I believe we're going to stick with the scheme fit playmaker and upgrade to a whole lot. Dang. Yeah, that was a good choice. It's up to a 97 with a +1 morale. So Jared Verse, I'm going to do a run stop. This is because I want to stop the run. Nate Wiggins, our CB1. We are going to upgrade that man-to-man because it is that scheme fit. Janu Smith, our starting tight end. We're going to upgrade our possession scheme fit. And a whole lot on that one. Drew Phillips, our CB2. We're going to upgrade that man-to-man scheme fit as well. Chris Jones, a defensive tackle. We're going to upgrade it. We're going to upgrade Speed Rush just because it is on the lower end, get that up to a 70 overall. And QB1, Michael Penix Jr., we're going to upgrade Improviser because it's down there, 71. It's too low. Going to get him an upgrade on that one. Ray Zabel, we're going to upgrade his pass protector. Smith, we're going to go ahead and upgrade our Speed Rush as well because it looks like it is falling behind. The rookie Jack Beck, we're going to upgrade the playmaker scheme fit. And I do want to check because, holy crap, that was a lot too. That was a good upgrade. He's got a star dev. I was about to say he's upgrading way too fast to be like regular or something. I thought he was going to be like superstar. But a star, he's upgrading pretty fast for just a star. Everyone else, I'm going to let the computer upgrade them. This is the first major contract negotiations when it comes to the new Eden Crusaders. We have 166 million when it comes to this year's cap space, but we have a lot of things that could go wrong, like our starting quarterback not wanting to resign here. And you know what? I might be low-key okay letting him go. So I'm going to withdraw it. Just clean straight up. I don't even want you here, Michael. You're winning us a lot of games, and that might be kind of dumb, but you don't want to be here. This is one that I'm very excited about on the resign interest because this is who I wanted to resign, our left guard, Gray Zabel. He is looking for a 2-year contract, almost 8 mil, but that signing bonus goes crazy. I want him for longer than 2 years, though. I want him for 4 years. I don't know if he's going to take it. He might want to be out of here before then, but we're going to try it. That's exactly the offer I was hoping to get. Next season will be great. We just locked down our left guard for the next 4 years, and he is a GOAT. Oh my gosh. Gray Zabel is a rookie, so we're going to have to check him out. We have him for 4 more years. It looks like we are on our way to building the best team possible. This is another one I'm really excited about, Deron Payne. He's 28, so he's kind of getting older, so we won't have to worry about a defensive tackle for the next couple years if we can sign him. I want him for at least 2 years. Offer is perfect. I can't wait for next year. So we have our defensive tackle for the next 2 years. At least he'll be 30 when it comes to the end of his contract. We'll see where we are at the end of it. This is one that I'm not so excited about. Jack Besh does not want to be here at all. A really big impact at no mentor, the scheme fit, and the highest value. It looks like we're going to not be able to sign Jack, and I don't want to throw willy-nilly money over something. We have to be smart when it comes to these decisions. So I'm going to withdraw from Jack. Hopefully we'll be able to find a young, better wide receiver. Now, Keandre Lambert Smith, he is a 23-year-old wide receiver. I think he is our wide receiver 4. Now, I'm going to give him a 2-year deal. Let's see if he takes it. He does take it. This is just for depth at the position. We might be able to progress him, so we'll check on that. But after losing out to Beck, I don't know if we have many more options. Theo Jackson, we're just going to get him as depth, as well as Raekwon Davis. We're going to get him as depth as well for 2 more years. So we're going to wait for the end of the season for the other guys. I withdrawed my offer for most of them. That leaves us with a cap room of $125 million on our 2026